Yeah, welcome to the Movie Lighthouse. This is a special edition here. I'm very pleased to be joined by Grayson Berry and T. Rowan Ward, who have been producing, well, your own horror films, basically. Is that right?
So, that's exactly right, James. Yeah, it's been crazy. We started with a piece called Pact that happened, a true story that happened to me and Ryan directed. And we rolled right into a horror anthology. Trying to raise money for a horror anthology during a pandemic is a really good time. And we shot something 2 weeks ago just to kind of get us back on the map, and called Unanswered, just a really short horror film in the New Jersey area. And we are holding auditions for the first official short film in the horror anthology on Wednesday. So there you go.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's start with something that you sent me recently. A film called Pact. So, if you had to describe Pact, how would you describe it?
Ryan, you want to take this one?
Sure. Well, as the name, even though the spelling is specifically because there's a lot of films with the word P-A-C-T in it, as you can imagine. So sometimes you have to get a little creative.
Now, I'm a fan of your films. I've seen a couple of them now. But what I'm impressed with is, like when you're reading a short story, you have to pack in an awful lot very quickly, whether it be character, story, design, all that kind of stuff. You've got to grip the audience within the first minute. And what I really liked about Pact was it seemed to me slightly autobiographical. Would I be right? Not that, maybe the more sinister aspects of the movie. But would you say I'm on the right track there?
100%, James. Yeah, I wanted to play the bad guy, for obvious reasons. I guess it's a more fun character. So Raphael played me, essentially. Yes, is the answer to that question. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. So, and also, obviously, in the film, what I like as well is I don't believe that you need a lot of money to make a good film, certainly a good horror. You need a good idea, and you need to kind of believe in those characters. But I quite like the design. Now, your film is kind of littered with a few movie references, which made me want to ask both of you guys what your influences are.
Halloween was definitely an influence. I think we named Sarah, the actress, I named her Laurie in homage to Jamie Lee Curtis. And yeah, I think VHS more recently, if I'm talking about a recent influence, VHS, but I'm a 70s guy through and through. It's it's The Exorcist, it's Rosemary's Baby. It's the 70s could really take artistic license, and I think you'd agree with that, James.
Absolutely.
And we're still trying to get back to that. Just here it is, take it or leave it, and we're not going to censor anything.
I think we've been through an awful time of horror, personally. All they've been doing is regurgitating all the stuff that we've loved and doing a terrible job with it. I'm a huge fan of the Candyman film, and it fills me with horror to wonder what they're going to do with it. It seems such a shame why people just can't come up with fresh ideas, which is what you guys are doing.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we did 2 weeks ago, James. Sitting on the sidelines and trying to fundraise for any kind of movie is just endlessly frustrating, right? I'm not even going to go into the frustrations and the people that you kind of depend on and all that stuff and social media nonsense. So my wife and I were having coffee, and I looked over at her and I said, we just need to shoot something. I'm tired of sitting around with this quarantine stuff. So we literally came up with the idea, of a guy whose confession to God, essentially, relieving his soul sort of doesn't cut it. Anyway, my point is that experience of just getting out there and shooting, and Ryan was acted in this, was so fulfilling and so re-energizing, James, because that is the name of the game, man. And it made me look at our anthology in a completely different way. And then I talked to Ryan after we went and had drinks afterwards, and I said, listen, man, we need to shoot your piece. Let's just, whatever money we have, let's just build it and they will come.
That's absolutely. And how does the relationship between you two guys work? Ryan, if you want to take that question. I mean, who does what?
I would love to. So I'm a really lucky guy. I fell upon a project. It was Grayson, I believe, his first play on the East Coast. It was also a musical. I was cast in the piece as well, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I became the director because that happens sometimes. And we started chatting and found not only a love for movies, but especially a love for acting and improv, and not allowing basically just throwing everything against the wall and seeing what sticks and having fun, but making a message that's in each piece that really sticks with the audience, whether it's film or a stage play or whatever we work on. It's really about the message, it's about the talent, and it's not just how many explosions can I throw in here, how many, not that flesh is a bad thing, but, doing it for gratuitous reasons and just because you want to get likes is not the same as telling a great story. And I think that's how our friendship continued to blossom. And that's the dog Annie in the background.
Well, that'll probably wake up my dog. It's my dog's birthday today, and he's celebrating by sleeping on my bed. So how do you, because there is a naturalistic approach to your films, but again, this has got to be truncated into like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. How do you get the balance between naturalism and get your script through? Do you have a very fine line of what you want to do in each section, in each scene, in each frame, in each shot, or what?
I think you try to have a 3-act structure no matter what it is, James. But, in today's society, the attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. I know both Ryan and I are cognizant of that. And, it doesn't take that long to tell a really cool story. And I think that's what led us to do the 9 Lives anthology. So we said, hey, look, let's get 9 10-minute short films that are really compelling and really scary. And, what you can cram into that little space, James, is a lot. And then as directors, both Ryan and I kind of share the belief that a lot of horror fans mail it in terms of performance. Like, it'll be uneven. You'll see one guy that's just bringing it and somebody else who's, so what would it be like? Well, imagine this, if everybody played the stakes through the roof.
Yes.
So,
yeah, the heightened performance always works.
Stop, just stop! There's people screaming in the fucking streets, Theo! That we know!
Just breathe, baby. Just breathe.
And that sound, what the fuck is that?
Accept the guilt.
Oh good, just a weird dream.
Try to dream. A wedding cake, white mountains, powdered alabaster, blanching out the sun, just for it darkens.
So let's talk a little bit about 9 Lives. So I've seen the trailer, and that's available on YouTube. I'm going to put all the links to all your stuff as show notes as part of this as well. But what made you come up with this 9 Lives thing? And is there a kind of through line through what you're doing with these 9 films? Tell me.
Yeah. Ryan, do you want to take it?
I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you great.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, my screen is frozen, but I'm happy if you can hear me. That's all that really matters. No one's paying for the mug over here. So yeah, the beauty of 9 Lives is as Grayson and I, well, I mean, Grayson really is the brainchild of the piece. And then we started to weave together some ideas, and specifically, as Grayson had shared, we're hearkening back to a couple really great pieces, anthology pieces from the past, and having that through line, James, you're completely correct. It's fundamental, and it's great for the audience when they get that payoff at the very end, where they go, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't know that from the very beginning." And so, yes, our through line is that Nikola Tesla has Basically,
Oh, we lost him on
We lost him.
We lost him on that most important bit.
I'll take it. So James, you're familiar with Edison?
A little bit.
Yes. Okay. So Edison
There was a
essentially
race. Am I right in saying there was a race between Edison and Tesla to invent electricity?
1,000% to create the next AC. So Edison had created DC. Tesla was tasked to create AC. He goes and does it in like a week.
Yeah.
And Edison promises him 50 grand. He shows up and he says, no, I'm not really going to give you that 50 grand. I was just lying about that.
Yeah.
So Edison Tesla then goes to Westinghouse, who funds it, and the rest is history. So the through line of 9 Lives is Tesla's being tortured essentially by Edison because Tesla has the greatest secret in the universe, that we're all sort of a part of, and he's going to release that to the masses so that we can all benefit. And of course, Edison is trying to suppress that. So you see, we're giving it away, but that's okay. It's,
Well, don't give away too much. Don't give away too much.
Yeah. There you go.
I think we get that. And, we flipped through, am I right in saying this is in the can? You've made all these films?
No. We'll be
Okay.
shooting Ryan's first. Ryan's Bitter Cup is first up, and we're casting that Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Okay, and I'm going to get on to asking about production things in a second. I have to say, just looking through them again, that I feel there's a bit of a homage going on. You've obviously got the creepy kid. You've got the schoolroom, and obviously the corn. I'm a massive fan of Children of the Corn, and anything that features corn has got me. So I'm excited. How the hell are you funding these things?
That's a great question, James. Do you have any advice? No, I'm kidding. Through nook and crook and beg, borrowing, and stealing, and for instance, we've raised next to nothing in the crowdfunding campaign, and that's what we're shooting Ryan's piece with. And the hope is that all of our advertising, and because horror is such a valuable and inexhaustible sort of subculture, that we can rally these people around us to be a part of it. And a lot of those crowdfunding things are lip service. It really is. And so we are genuinely trying to pull people in as actors, as crew, in a variety of capacities to get them as passionate about it as we are, so we can all make it together. Because it really is, James, as you know, the 99 versus the 1%. If you don't work for Netflix or Amazon, you're like the rest of us, and we gotta figure it out.
Absolutely. So where are you based, guys?
New Jersey. So I'm in West New York, New Jersey, right on the Hudson River. I can see Manhattan, and Ryan is near Asbury Park. Ryan, is that right?
That is correct.
Could you say that again? So if someone wants to get in touch, whether through the crowdfunding or through, if people have an interest or a talent in filmmaking, whether that's camera, sound, writing, you're welcome to hear them out. Is that right?
Absolutely. I mean, our entire goal is to continue to grow the network of people that have a love for not only the horror genre, but also just film in general, and getting out there, not just feeling like, oh, okay, I have to work with the studio. That you can go out, you can do it yourself, you can make high quality work, you can tell stories that be told, you can work with a diverse group of people, and it's all because of the love of film.
I think that's a great opportunity. You certainly need more of those things around. And you've entered into the Hang On to Your Shorts Film Festival. Is that right? Tell me about that.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. So they're based in Jersey. I think it's their 10th year. Great guys. And unfortunately, James, it's going to be online because of the COVID mess.
Yeah.
So that's frustrating. But it's great to have people that believe in your work. We're obviously going to stay in contact with them. And then we also have a platform, pay-per-view platform called Launch 360 Media Inc. And they're a pay-per-view platform. They're relatively new. They're not Amazon yet, but it's a friend of mine who finally got it up and running. It's an ad-based campaign where the ads pay for to run the site, and then you get a little bit of that. At least it's a way to give back to the cast and crew and say, hey, at least we got, we're on a platform, we're getting eyeballs. But, James, I'm from Texas. I started shooting and directing in Texas 10 years ago. So I'm only 3.5 years into the East Coast, and assuming that the world doesn't burn down around me, which is happening, and I can stay alive, I'm really just trying to build my East Coast team and make films. So, James, if you were to come out and say, hey, let's make something great, that would be, we're really, Ryan and I are sort of trying to spearhead this film movement out here and say, hey, if you're a bootstrap person that has an idea, we want to help. We want to be a part of that. So
I know for a fact that Laurie's been trying to get his short film Dark Shot for ages, which is just black in various places around the world. So complete black in various settings. I'm not sure whether it'll really take off, but he's very passionate about the project, really.
What do you mean? So can you elaborate on that project a little bit?
Not really, because so what he wants to do is take a camera and go to a place which is devoid of light completely, whether that's a church or whether that's a dentist, film it, and there you go. So it'll be just black in different phases, but it'll be in different places. He thinks this has got real potential, but I'm not so sure myself. But we're always keen to collaborate. Maybe we'll get over and see you sometime.
Sounds original.
Listen, guys, I'm gonna kind of wrap it up there. Thank you so much for giving us the time today. We're gonna keep very close attention on you. I've really enjoyed watching these films, and I can't wait for the anthology to come out. I know you kind of plugged. I know you're on Facebook, and you can find your stuff. Actually, one of your short films is on Amazon as well. I forget the name. The one Disturbed, which is the one you said. Yeah. So you can get that on Amazon Prime. That's in the UK right now. So check it out. Also, we're going to put all the information at the end of this podcast and the show notes. But please, if you want to get involved in the crowdfunding, do so. And if you're in the area, drop them a line. Also, I imagine you're willing to take script ideas. If anyone's got a treatment or an idea, you're willing to listen to them.
Bring it on, 1,000%.
Yeah, completely. There's nothing better than having a story brought to your attention, especially one that's totally outside the purview of Grace in my background or the world that we live in, something that really captivates not only our minds and our vision, but can make the audience really excited. So absolutely bring it on.
I wrote a short story 2 Halloweens ago, which I'll send you over. It's brilliant. You're going to love it. So it's just fantastic. So you can have that free of charge and make millions from it. All right, guys.
Straight to the top, James. No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and good luck. Oh, and one thing I want to ask you: when you are massive movie stars, I do hope you're going to continue to promote our podcast, and you'll come back maybe in 6 months. Give us an update on how everything's going.
I'm available next week, James.
Love it.
Tell us how we can promote movie Lighthouse too, James. We really want to promote you, and we thank you so much for giving us the time. Seriously.
Thank you.
Everywhere you go, just say those words. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care. See you soon.
Lighthouse.